this, shall we? Let go. Oh, maybe I should turn the light on. I was like, wait, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. I got the tattoo right here. Let's go. Hold up. Bam, blue, and then back on. Let we go. Yeah. First midday stream. Let's get it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's get into the what's gonna happen tonight. So let's do this. Let's go. Hold up. Yep. Let's go. Where is it? Window capture. Yep, here we go. And yep, there we go. No, wait. Boom. Okay. Boom. There we go. Okay, so first up, for the third time in a row, we got CM Punk, Roman, Seth in the same building. Probably some fighting words to be said there. Seth didn't look too happy that it's the main event. So, yep. Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu, #1 contenders match for the United States title with last man standing. Pretty good considering, yeah. Anyways, moving on. B-Fab and Naomi. Probably Jade's gonna come in there. Ray Phoenix, another luchador coming into WWE. I'm rushing through this, but yeah, I'm hyped. And another #1 contenders tag team, #1 contenders DIY, and Red Street Machine Guns. Let's get it. So these are the confirmed matches, segments, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, I'm hyped. I'm ready. Obviously I'm going to be streaming WrestleMania as well. Both days, maybe, if possible. 2 weeks away. Anything can happen. I could be busy. One day it could. But anyways, I'm going to try. Anyways, next week I record the next NRL vlog, Storm versus Warriors. Let's get it. Obviously away game this weekend, tomorrow, so yep. Anyways, sorry I keep doing that. I don't know why this always happens, but like I feel the need to always do that unconsciously. I don't know why. Let's bring up Smackdown real quick. As always, feel free to chat. Would love a good chat now and then. Alright. I'm gonna go on break while I wait for this to load. Maybe eat something. And yeah, 5 minutes till it starts, so I'll be back then. You can listen to the Smackdown stuff.
you never hold. When you born out the greatest fakeness ain't in your code. Deep inside my DNA, it's saying to break the mold. Hey, never be another like this. I got the strength of the God with a devilish twist. I'm out to defy all the odds when you're pushing the chips. Cause all it takes is one shot, and trust me, I never miss. Apply pressure, apply pressure. Trust me, homie, they ain't get the message. Apply pressure, apply pressure. Trust me, homie, they ain't get the message. You can try, can't break me. Cause I'm a stand, stick a great thing. Can't break me. I'm a stand, stick a great thing.
Let's get it. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get it. Okay, whatever this is.
Then, now, forever.
Together. Let's go. Come on.
The road to WrestleMania has concluded the decibel-crushing European portion and now returns to sweet home Chicago.
Chicago, you got some competition.
3 WrestleManias, and now Chicago plays a critical role in getting us ready for the next Mania. Our final destination is that, the massive Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. The anticipation is reaching a near crescendo. We're just 15 days away from what will be a spectacle there. WrestleMania 41 is coming quickly. The question is, what twists and turns will happen here? Look at this scene, a sold-out all-state arena, consistently one of the best crowds for the WWE, a venue where so much history has been made, and tonight it's where a rivalry among powerhouse big men will decide so much. Braun Strowman is here in Chicago tonight. A week ago, Strowman was battling for the U.S. Championship.
That's one big
but that was once again interrupted by the Samoan Werewolf. And now Jacob Fatu returns. With Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga by his side, Jacob told Solo he'll take care of his business with or without them. The business tonight, #1 contender. Last man standing match, title match at WrestleMania on the line. The winner gets LA Knight. He's here in Chicago himself. ready to get after it, taking on Tama Tonga in this sold-out arena in Chicago. We also have another championship opportunity. It's the tag team division. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. They've come to Chi-Town. DIY looking for a way to get gold back. The Motor City Machine Guns are not backing down. These two teams put on a thriller the last time out at Royal Rumble. Now they meet again, this time to earn #1 contender status.
Alright, I don't know, I'm back and forth these
B-Fab
matches.
has made her way to Chicago. B-Fab has plenty of reasons to seek revenge tonight. It's a huge moment for B-Fab to settle a score. But proceed with caution. That's the new warning from Naomi to everyone. She's told the world she was too nice for too long. There's nothing nice happening in her sphere of action now. On the heels of another sneak attack, Naomi heads to the ring tonight. As we are thrilled that you are with us, this outrageous scene here in Chicago. Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore, as always, with my partner, Wade Barrett. These fans, they never disappoint.
Always a red-hot crowd right here.
Oh yeah, we're back with the LED barricades. Oh, I've missed them.
Have taken place right here in this building. I've got a funny feeling, Joe, we might get another one later on tonight.
I am up for that, my man. These fans found out just a week ago that the Second City hometown hero is going to be main eventing WrestleMania. Folks, it is set. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Chicago's own CM Punk.
Wait, is that, I didn't even realize Chris is behind him.
The OTC came here for two reasons. One, to be acknowledged. And two, was to sign this contract. It looks like we checked those boxes, and that means my
Really
I don't know why you're in such a hurry to leave, man. This is our building. We got a lot of history here. We came down those stairs right here, ready to burn down the old guard. We were ready to remake this company in our image. Don't get me wrong, a lot has happened in the past 12 years, but I dare say we accomplished our mission. You keep saying we. We died a long time ago. It's only been me. You've been here, but I've done all the work. I've made this place what it is today. What have you done? I'll tell you what I've done. You, it's that mindset that keeps me having to screw you. And your biggest mistake is not understanding the danger that's right in front of us. You let the biggest snake in the world, CM Punk, into the garden. You could have cut his head off at War Games, but instead you shook his hand. And now I am left to do what I always do. Clean up your mess again. I have come here to sign a contract. Well, you need a highlighter? What are you doing? Wise man, please, just smarten him up already. I know what you're looking for, and it's in there. You're closing the show at WrestleMania. You get to live your dream of all dreams.
See, I'm conflicted. I don't know if this should be the main event or if Jay and Gunther should be the main event. But I guess that's how it went last year.
See what I'm saying? One man's dream is another man's favorite check.
Had the World Heavyweight Championship starting the show on night 2.
Main eventing WrestleMania is sacred. He doesn't deserve it, and this is your fault, and this is your fault.
Thank you. Thank you, as corny as it sounds, to the WWE Universe who stood by me and chanted my name for 10 long years. Thank you.
No. There's only one person you should be thanking. You should be thanking your tribal chief. Because of me, you're in the main event. Go ahead now. Do it right.
Thank you, my tribal chief. Because of you, I will see you in the main event of WrestleMania. Thank you.
but that's not the favor that I'm owed.
Yeah, I was like, I was out of it this segment because, obviously, as you all know, the stream crashed twice, so. I feel like we've got it, right? Yep. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, we're starting with Punk. That's nice. Oh yes, we got the LED posts as well. They're back too. You did not know how badly I've missed them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chicago's own CM Punk!
He's home. CM Punk in Chicago. It creates a reaction seldom heard, seldom seen. Of course, this is where he returned to WWE. It's 16 months and a week since that shocker when Survivor Series War Games was seemingly going off the air and Punk arrived.
You know, we're the odd men out in this arena tonight, Joe. We are the only people still sitting down. And that's just because I don't want to block the entirety of the front row. But wow, these people live vicariously through CM Punk.
I think floor seats would be that fun. Unless you're at the front.
Wade, I rarely take these headsets off, but I did before CM Punk was introduced just to experience it the way over 16,000 did. To hear that roar, that embrace. The Second City Saint returns home as a WrestleMania main eventer. Listen to this.
Always anticipation, especially in this arena when CM Punk hits the stage. Even more so after how we went off air last week on Smackdown. The whole world wants to know what is the nature of this favor owed to CM Punk by Roman Reigns' wise man, Paul Heyman. Well, we might be about to get the answer.
I don't know where to begin, but they told me that the best television audiences were overseas, but I knew we were coming to Chicago. Rico, give me this.
Oh.
How much slack I got? They told me the best overseas audiences were overseas. Where are you at, Chicago? Let them know.
It's Punk Cam.
Rico's out of a job.
Look how awful this camera work is.
Oh, this is cool.
Our director Lee's cringing right now, but that was great stuff.
These cameras are worth about 10 grand. Be careful in there.
You see, Chicago, that's why we don't listen to them. We don't listen to outside voices. Little fact, I'm not supposed to be here. Stop me if you heard it. I was born at Silver Cross Hospital with a cord around my neck. I came out blue. They had to bring me back to life. I'm not supposed to be here.
What?
And every time I come out on television, no matter where it is, every city, all across the world, Netflix, USA, doesn't matter. My goal is to make new fans every single time. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen out in TV land, please forgive me while I take the time not to make new fans, but to thank 16,000 strong of my hometown friends and family.
Damn.
When they tell you you're not supposed to be here, you say, well, who's gonna make me leave? And that's exactly what I have done every single time I lace my boots up. Hell, every single time I go to the grocery store and they tell me, you're not supposed to be here. I buy my groceries, I pay the man, and then I leave. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed just because, and I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm in the main event of WrestleMania.
Well deserved, actually. Well deserved. Still be nice if a title was on the line, though. CM Punk winning a title in the main event would be something completely different, you know? You know, I'm just waiting for Seth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've earned it.
Damn right you have. Damn right.
I started in the backyards of Chicago and they said you're not supposed to be here. I trained at the Steel Domain at Irving and Central and they said you're not supposed to be here. I signed a contract here. They said you're not supposed to be here. I paraded out dressed like Al Capone right over there on John Cena's gangster car at WrestleMania. And they said, that's as good as it gets for you, kid. You're not supposed to be here. And to me, that's when the hard work began. So I appreciate everybody congratulating me. And as I walk through the airport coming home to O'Hare, they say, good luck, CM Punk. Congratulations, you made it. And I'm here to let you know that now the hard work begins. I am a product of this town. I have to thank each and every single one of you, and please forgive me while I'm thanking you if I don't thank my beautiful wife, April, first. She's probably going to be a little bit mad at me for that, but I know somebody who's not going to be mad at me if you chant his name is my puppy Larry.
Hey, Larry. Larry.
There's way too many people to thank, people that got me exactly right where I need to be. I figure coming out on here on television and thanking each and every single one of you is a good start. I wouldn't be who I am without this city. I wouldn't be where I am without this city. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And now, the hard work begins, because I got a date at WrestleMania, and I promise you, I am gonna whip Seth Rollins' ass. I am gonna put a beating on the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, at the main event of WrestleMania.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Okay. Interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I just got into Chicago. I apologize for being late. It was no disrespect to the second city, and I assure you, I absolutely positively assure you, it was no disrespect to my best friend in the world, the second city saint, the best in the world, CM Punk. May I?
I was just getting to thank you. Yeah, come on in. Good Lord. You can't
Not quite
escape.
loud enough.
You can't. EC dub. EC dub.
Not loud enough. Come on, Chicago.
I thank you, but tonight, ask not Chicago what you can do for your wise man. Ask instead what your wise man can do for you. But the first thing I can do is, if I could steal a phrase here, to be the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk, you belong here. You belong in this ring. You belong in Chicago, and by God, you belong in the main event of WrestleMania. The last time the two of us were standing here inside this ring, I came up to you because Solo and Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga were breathing down my neck, and I said, please take me with you. And the next week, they put me through the announce table at Madison Square Garden and put me out for the longest I've ever been out, except when I've been fired. And that's not funny. That's not funny. Then you had a Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre, and despite the fact that you whipped his ass and won, the beating that you took was so severe, you were contemplating never coming back. And then I begged you. I pleaded with you. I said, it's 4-on-5 at War Games, and my tribal chief is in trouble, and I don't have another way out, and I have no one else in the world to turn to. Please do me this favor, this one. Just do this, please. And you said to me, yes, I'll do it for you. And you saved the family. You saved the match. You saved the bloodline. You deserve all the credit in the world. And for that, I thank you. And I have, if you'll indulge me, one more favor to ask of you.
You have a favor? Another favor. We're stockpiling favors, ladies and gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Please tell me the favor that I owe you right now.
Yeah, I want to know. Come on, please, please, please,
Roman
please.
Reigns is gonna be here, and he's pissed off about enough as it is. And you don't know what happens when the tribal chief. Have you ever heard of his father Sika? Do you know what happens when these Seminoles get angry?
Did you say he's not here?
Yet. He's in training camp for WrestleMania, and he.
As he should be. And listen, as much as I think the favor is none of his business, I do think it's going to affect him a little bit. I would like to tell him to his face when I tell you. So why don't you let me and all my friends know when Big Chief decides to show up.
Yeah, we all thought he was going to be here tonight. Come on.
A little bit of pressure on Mr. Heyman right now to deliver Roman Reigns so that Punk can tell him the favor to his face.
I also thought Seth was there, not gonna lie. Am I tripping? Okay, I'm not tripping. Oh! Ray Phoenix! Hey! Up next, let's go! Let's go! Okay.
Yells, we going all in on the road to WrestleMania with WWE World in Las Vegas, Oos. Meet your favorite WWE superstars and legends. Visit the largest superstore in WrestleMania history, and so much more. Yeet.
Everybody love me, I'm so fly. Every time I dunk, it look like I touch the sky.
Are you guys ready for WrestleMania? The world is yours, Oos, in WWE World Las Vegas. Tickets are on sale now. Yeet.
Right. Gonna have a break for 3 minutes. I'll be back. Let's go. back. Alrighty, we're back.
Sold out All-State Arena here in Chicago. The much anticipated WWE debut of Rey Fénix comes right now.
Oh, it's facing Nathan Fraser.
Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions from the Isle of Jersey in the English Channel, weighing in at 180 pounds, Nathan Fraser.
Hey.
Nathan Fraser, fearless and fast. 2 times he's been the NXT Tag Team Champion with Axiom, and he's been the NXT Heritage Cup Champion as well.
Ooh. Hey.
And his opponent from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 100.
Oh, that ring gear though.
Making his WWE debut.
Let's go.
Special moment, a grand arrival. Years and years of establishing a brand, a style, a presence, and it pays off now being on this stage for Rey Fénix.
One of the greatest high flyers on planet Earth. The hype regarding this superstar is real. Big expectations. This is the brother of Penta. Wow, I wouldn't like trying that myself. And Penta has created some real waves since debuting earlier this year on Raw. Much of the same can be expected from this man.
The industry cred well understood.
Penta won on
Fénix,
debut,
simply stated,
so
one of the most celebrated luchadors of this and many generations. And you mentioned the case with his brother Penta. This is the other half of the famed Lucha
the next
Brother
Intercontinental
Tag Team.
Champion.
Incredible reception. So much anticipation. You're already seeing what he's capable of.
The most electrifying athletes I've ever clapped eyes on. So thrilled he's right here on the biggest stage of his 20-year career. And a hot start from Rey Fénix. Let's give a little shout out to Nathan Fraser, a man who is got a fair amount of hype behind him himself. Now he's essentially playing with house money here. He's not got the kind of hype behind him that Rey Fénix has got, but what a way to upset the apple cart it would be if he pulls off a shocker today against the Luchador.
And would you look at the pace, the
Didn't know Nathan was fast like that.
Blistering between these two.
I'll tell you about Nathan Fraser, who's actually trained by.
There's a roll up, looking for a quick win. Right back on it.
Fénix!
Fraser absolutely trying to keep up and stay with this pace that Fénix is setting early on here. And Fraser himself, a guy who loves taking risks and has uncanny resilience.
Seth Rollins in part trained Nathan Fraser. I spoke to Seth Rollins earlier today. He said he's never seen an athlete quite as quick as Nathan Fraser, comparing him to a superhero.
It's getting revealed tonight. Okay, cool. So here's
pace there, taking out Rey Fénix
I genuinely want to know. Anyways, back to the match that's right in front of us.
Nathan Fraser about as close to a luchador as England has ever really produced. But moments here, looking
I didn't know Nathan was fast like that though. I've never seen him before. I know who he is, but I've never seen him like perform before.
How about it?
Never seen either of these two perform before, really.
Welcome to the WWE, Rey Fénix.
Keep in mind, I didn't pay attention to many many sports like NRL, NFL since I was like 15. So I only started really watching WWE in like a
Joan
couple
Wade
years
with
ago.
you here
So.
in Chicago. The luchador legend Ray Phoenix making his WWE debut.
I barely pay attention to
Nathan
NXT,
Fraser, who
so
got off to that really hot
I have
start.
probably said on the
Now
NXT
back to the
stream.
center of the ring after the action was taken out to the floor.
So Ray Phoenix, we've seen the obvious high-flying brilliance already in this match, but he calls himself a hybrid luchador. He's almost a fusion of several different styles, and we're seeing now the more submission side of Ray Phoenix. This is also something he excels at. He's competed around the world, as you mentioned, Joe, including in Japan, across the US and Europe, as well as his native Mexico, and he's learned a whole bunch of styles in that time to keep his opponents guessing.
You see the offensive arsenal that he puts forth. And now a great counter by Fraser.
Damn.
And that shooting star. And just a 2 count.
Competitors as rapid
They
as
picked the
these
right
two, the
opponent for
winds
his
can
debut.
certainly
Oh my
change
god.
at a moment's notice.
Who did
Blink
Kind of
and
faces
you will
that
miss
was
it with these two.
No, it wasn't. It was no. Who did Penna face?
Out on the floor. As Fraser slams Phoenix's head into the announce desk. A big chop right across the chest.
Damn.
Phoenix returns fire.
Yeah, the flashy stuff has gone to hell in a handbasket already in this one. Just out and out brutality. Strike for strike.
That might be just trying to get the dry stuff off my lips.
This is where you learn a lot about competitors when things get gritty and nasty in that ring. How badly do you want this, Ray Phoenix?
These two finding out a lot about each other early on. Excellent work by Fraser again into the cover as he hooks the leg. Kick out by Phoenix.
And what a performance about 3 weeks ago in Barcelona from Nathan Fraser's tag partner in Axiom, the Spaniard, who took on Gunther and almost came close to a major upset. Well, this would parallel that kind of upset if Nathan Fraser can pull something off here.
Of course, in just 2 weeks and a day, those two will be at Stand and Deliver in Vegas. The NXT Tag Team Champions. Here in Chicago, Ray Phoenix, the luchador legend, making his much-anticipated WWE debut against Nathan Fraser, who's making his Smackdown debut. Phoenix has won 5 tag team titles in different promotions with his brother Penta, who's been an absolute superstar on Raw and Netflix.
Ray Phoenix thought this was just going to be a procession through to He was very, very wrong. Fraser's made this one hell of a fight.
Look at the matchup of athleticism between these two.
It was Chad Gable. That's right.
And Fraser right back into it, now into the cover, looking for the win here in Chicago.
Ooh.
Well, with that roll through superplex into what I guess
What a
was
match
a
this has
final
been.
cut net breaker.
Pretty
You can
fast.
see the influence of his mentor, Seth Rollins, already. What a mentor to have. Well, the philosophy of these two is so clear. If you're in control, you're simply not going fast enough. This has been a sprint from the off.
And Fraser lining it up, loving to go for it. Misses on the Phoenix splash.
It's a move he's put numerous superstars away with in NXT.
Big knee.
Oh, right
Huge
on the
knee.
point of the jaw.
Phoenix is crumbled to the canvas. And now Fraser's in control, but a counter opportunity for Ray Phoenix.
Through pulling out all the stops here. Whatever it takes.
Goodbye, amigo kick. And now Ray Phoenix. The fire driver. Boy, did he ever land.
So that's it, right? Oh, he's still in it. He's still in it.
Somehow, Nathan Fraser gets his shoulder up.
Well, I've no idea how Nathan Fraser doesn't have a broken neck after that one. Watch the landing here. Oh, pretty much perched directly on the top of the head of Nathan Fraser, who was completely unable to tuck the neck and land on the shoulders, but somehow Fraser still battling away. Hats off to this kid.
You know, you mentioned it earlier of visiting with Ray Phoenix and describing him as a hybrid luchador in his style. Define that a little more.
Well, he's somebody who can clearly do the high-flying stuff, perhaps as well as anyone we've ever seen, but he can get down, dirty, and gritty.
Oh, and I think you're seeing just that way.
And submissions as needed. He can change it up in the blink of an eye.
Wow!
Damn.
Saw that goodbye amigo kick. The fire driver. He starts up with that knee to the head, and now the varied offensive assault every which way.
Oh, my.
Ray Phoenix. Oh, an MMB. Mexican Muscle Buster, and the win.
Yeah. What a debut. That picked the right opponent. That was just...
The entire match was just a highlight reel. What a performance from both men. But this is the moment where Ray Phoenix turned it all around. And as you called it, Joe, this Mexican muscle buster with that twist in there, connecting on Nathan Fraser and finally putting the Brit to bed in this one.
What a debut. That was awesome. That was awesome. I don't care what anyone says. Oh.
Ray Phoenix, I'm sure your emotions are all over the place, but tell us, how does it feel to finally make your debut inside a WWE ring? Gracias, Chicago!
Hey.
I have a lot of history in Chicago con todos ustedes. Tonight is not the debut of Ray Phoenix. Tonight is so much more. Tonight, I reverse of Ray Phoenix. I am reborn with love. I am reborn with passion, with reach, with animo. I waited my whole life to say this. I am WWE Animo!
Hey.
That was an impressive win. Impresionante. See, that's the kind of performance I expect from the two of you. You understand? ¿Me entiendes?
¿Qué? Come on. Are you serious?
Yes.
Look at him. He's a flying lizard. It's just a flash in the pan. We, on the other hand, legado, familia, los Garza. You know what? I'm better than him.
Oh, is that so?
Sí, señor.
Where has this fire been? I like it. Me gusta. But if you feel that way, you're gonna have to show me you're better than him. I'll talk to Nick Aldis and I'll make it happen. Ray Phoenix versus Berto.
Ooh.
Well, from the high-octane Ray Phoenix, our night continues on that theme here on SmackDown, especially in our tag division, because two former champs, DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, will clash to decide the #1 contenders for the Street Profits. That's later tonight.
And Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, who earns a WrestleMania title shot for LA Knight's U.S. Championship. Last man standing match comes up later.
That's it. That's a correct match, because like it just keeps ending in disqualification and all that. Anyways, break again. See you in 3 minutes. Let's go.
Fontainebleau in Vegas is the official hotel of WrestleMania 41, and look at the events there. The Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday the 18th.
Stop trying to get me copyrighted. I perched. Wait, hold up.
Every girl you talked to at the bar bragging you were champion, that was my title. All the money you made profited off of me being screwed. And you realized, without me in your world, even when you were fighting for the title, no one really cares about Damian Priest unless you're feasting off of my scraps. So you took away both my world title opportunities at WrestleMania when my back was turned. All I asked for was for you to verbally explain to me how I'm wrong. Poke hole in my logic. Maybe face me like a man, but no. You did what you always do. You hid in the shadows, like a vulture. After I beat Randy Orton right in the middle of the ring, I was heading out with my buddies. You attacked me, put me through a windshield. I can live with my back hurting across the Atlantic, but shards of glass went in my eye, and I might never be the same. I need a miracle. I need to pray. And everybody knows when Drew McIntyre prays, bad things happen.
That is an irate Drew McIntyre, but let's take you back to last Friday at the O2 in London. Strowman was looking to catch the US title, but
I knew it was going to end in DQ.
the Samoan werewolf turned up and does what he does best, wrecking shop. And now with the match thrown out, Fatu went to town, taking out the megastar before feasting once again on the monster Braun Strowman. An emphatic statement was made.
We've seen it for months now. Jacob Fatu has been a massive thorn in your side.
Look, that's an understatement. I've had enough of Jacob sticking his nose in my business. Tonight, I show him why they call me the monster when I buzzsaw him in this last man standing match. Then I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm taking that U.S. championship to complete my grand slam.
Last man standing. Last man standing, bro. You are finished. No matter what you say, you still gotta go out there and face the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu.
Do not waste your energy on this pumpkin head bumping his bacon lips about stuff that's got nothing to do with him. What you need to do is get your boys in order, and my man, you need to keep your eyes on the prize.
Yo, Knight, you got a lot of balls coming over here and talking to me like that.
Oh, you ain't lying. They're gargantuan. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. You should be worried about me tonight.
I am worried about you just a little bit. Because if you want to make noise, because you're about to make a lot of noise out there. You're going to go, yeah. Because I'm going to be stomping your ass out. Now, if I can go ahead and get a referee out here, why don't we go ahead and remind this dummy exactly whose game this is with everybody saying.
Hey, Knight. Yeah.
Well, Knight's not messing around.
Yeah.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the United States Champion, L.A. Knight!
It's coming up next, Tama Tonga against L.A. Knight.
Yeah!
We were just in an ad break. We were just in an ad break. Come on, man. Come on. We back.
That was a pretty awesome scene in Philly 4 weeks ago when LA Knight reclaimed the United States Championship. Of course, the early weeks of the second reign has been bogged down dealing with Samoan headaches. Epic battles, legendary superstars await clash with Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, Bianca Belair, and more. In Clash of Clans, you can lay claim to ultimate glory. Download today.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by Solo Sikoa, weighing in at 220 pounds, Tama Tonga!
Tama, of course, a former WWE Tag Team Champion. This is only his 5th singles matchup of his Smackdown roster career. His last singles match was actually against LA Knight back on January 24th.
But what we have learned about Tama Tonga since his debut here in WWE is that wherever Tama Tonga goes, carnage swiftly follows. There's a reason this guy behind the scenes is nicknamed the Tongan Terror. And LA Knight may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, even more so with Solo Sikoa prowling around the outside of the ring for this one.
Yep, that tends to be an issue. We will see if it plays a role here tonight in Chicago.
I'm already trying to get involved, trying to get the attention of LA Knight right off the bat. Didn't work that time.
No, it didn't, as Knight was able to parry that big left hand that Tama thought he didn't see coming, and then delivers the elbow early on.
And look, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a big fan of LA Knight. If I had to criticize the United States champion, it would be that his confidence at times borders on delusional. He's almost completely oblivious to the fact that he is in major physical danger in the ring with Tama Tonga. Even more so with Solo Sikoa.
I mean, in terms of confidence, we are dealing with a man who described gargantuan onions prior to coming out to this arena floor.
I don't think they were onions. I think they were watermelons. But regardless, the point still stands. Although, however, it is not the megastar standing now.
No,
it's Tama Tonga,
who's looking for the early win, but Knight able to kick out with ease. The megastar here in Chicago. No matter where he goes, big boot lands. He gets a incredible reception. We saw that throughout the Europe tour. You see the 2K25 ratings. Knight coming in at an 88.
Popularity and fan support just breaks the scale for the megastar. Where he goes, we get major ovations. And LA Knight now trying to give the people exactly what they want.
Tama, so affected, he just rolls out of the ring. And now out onto the floor. And face to face with Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa just lurking menacingly at all times.
Yeah.
Just caving in the front of our announce desk, slamming his head into it.
And the megastar needs eyes in the back of his head. No tactic too low down for Solo Sikoa, that's for sure.
Big shoulder right into the gut of Tama Tonga. Oh, and look at Solo jumping onto the apron, getting the attention of the referee. And with that, Tama Tonga takes advantage as the megastar's head slams into the side of the desk. Now, Wade, you mentioned it moments ago. There's always a concern when Solo Sikoa is out accompanying Tama Tonga, and the distraction happened moments ago, and it cost LA Knight. And now Tonga's taking advantage on the floor, just beating down the U.S. champion.
Yeah, not a question of if, but when Solo Sikoa would involve himself in this matchup. And at this level, it really is a game of milliseconds. Matches are won and lost in the blink of an eye, and that momentary distraction for the United States champ LA Knight was enough to put Tama Tonga firmly back in control.
And that is the case. As Tama Tonga is putting so much pressure on that throat of LA Knight, taking away his breath, and Solo again involving himself in the match.
Yeah, of course he is.
And champ of the islands, got harder fists than perhaps anyone I've ever met. Cracking the megastar LA Knight, who does not look his usual self, to say the least.
You know, you consider the run that he's been on and the type of matches that he's been in. Of course, a week ago doing battle with the monster Braun Strowman.
And there you go. It's that confidence once again of the megastar that people fall in love with, but perhaps at times is his own worst enemy. You're never going to get a light schedule here as a champion in WWE. However, occasionally it will behoove you, if you can, to pump the brakes somewhat.
Sold out crowd here in Chicago looking to rally support for LA Knight. Just when Knight thought he could find some offense, instead, a knee to the midsection from Tama Tonga.
The perpetual motion machine that is LA Knight looks anything but right now. The sting completely taken out of the tail of the United States champion thanks to this maniac Tonga.
Yeah, wait, next to that.
Utilizing that leverage before the referees count.
And this is where Tama Tonga is so devastating. Once he's got the upper hand, gives you no breathing room whatsoever. The entire body now a target for Tama Tonga. Slowly squeezing the life out of LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa on the outside loves the handiwork of his man Tama.
Seeing plenty of it here. What a crowd here in Chicago. Allstate Arena is sold out over 16,000. And right now they are seeing LA Knight and Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga has been in control ever since the interference on the outside from Solo Sikoa, creating a distraction. But now the megastar is trying to fight back.
Well, it's been ruthless efficiency from Tama Tonga, but right LA Knight off at your peril.
Picking up the speed. And a 2 count. And big clothesline from Tama Tonga.
Almost decapitating the megastar.
Such power by Tama Tonga. Of course, LA Knight has been getting a big dose of the Samoans lately. A 2 count. Watch this moments ago, Wade.
Another look at this. About as devastating a clothesline as you will ever witness. As much as can be said for the warped personality of Tama Tonga, utterly devastating in ring, technically proficient.
3 weeks ago was LA Knight, Braun Strowman, and Jimmy Uso defeating Solo, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. And then recently, LA Knight and Braun Strowman's U.S. title match was interrupted by Jacob Fatu. This is the second reign as U.S. champion for LA Knight. As Tama Tonga just mocking him right now, coming off that second rope, trying to have an elbow of his own, but the leaping elbow does not connect, and maybe some hope here for LA Knight.
Yeah, you can pull off a stunt like that mockery against a lesser competitor. You simply cannot do that against someone who is a bona fide United States champion like the megastar LA Knight. If you get a window, you gotta take it, or else you'll get this.
And the crowd loving every moment of it. LA Knight.
He's feeling that Kavorka once again. And this crowd are lapping it up.
And neck breaker. As Knight with an offensive surge as he eyes Solo Sikoa. drops the elbow on Tama Tonga. He wants to put an end to this.
As quickly as possible, get yourself out of danger with a big W.
Blunt force trauma? No.
Too much left in Tama Tonga.
Now Solo Sikoa up on the apron again. He eats a right hand. Oh no, the roll up. And a kick out by Knight.
Well, the master plan almost worked, but it might backfire.
Yeah.
There it is. And it does.
Yeah.
Here is your winner,
Yeah.
Well, what a victory for LA Knight. We will find out his WrestleMania opponent later on this evening between Braun Strowman
Ooh, that's
and
amazing.
Jacob Fatu.
Just like that.
That's going to be last man standing later.
Excuse me, Paul. If you don't mind, has CM Punk given you...
Chief's about to arrive and now you're bothering me?
Understood, but I just want to know if CM Punk has given you any indication further about this favor?
No, and I don't know why that he has to give me an indication, because no matter what, why am I telling this to you? Why? Come here. Look at me. Look at me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this for the record. CM Punk, I'm on record saying this, okay? No matter what the favor is, my answer is yes. Okay? That's it. That's it. So now you can just tell me and get me out of this jam I'm having with my tribal chief. The answer is yes. Any favor you want, the answer is yes. My tribal chief, you have a
I knew it. I had a feeling. As soon as Paul started, like,
Come on, cheer up. You're not happy to see me? Oh, you were expecting the other Shield guy, right?
the other Shield guy.
You look horrible. You look awful. I've seen you in a bad way before. This might be the worst I've ever seen you.
Sure about that?
Like you had a horrible week. I, on the other hand, I had a great week. You see, once I got away from this big CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania celebration, I was able to gain some perspective. I was able to formulate a plan. And you know what I was thinking, though, Paul? This favor thing, man. You really dug yourself into a hole here, huh? But, it kind of affects me, too. So, when Roman does get here, you let me know. Because I want to be present to hear what this favor's going to be, too. Wipe that tear away, pal. It's going to be all right.
Remember, Punk told Heyman that he's only going to reveal the favor to Roman's face.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Charlotte.
The 14-time champ. The Royal Rumble winner. The war of words between WrestleMania foes is going to continue. Charlotte Flair. To be face-to-face with Tiffany Stratton. Wade Barrett's going to be the man in the middle of it all. Tiffany and Charlotte next.
oh, poor Wade.
That was a good one.
It was.
That was a
You
good
feel
one.
that, right?
Good.
Yeah. This is really cool.
I hope you're not scared.
Here we go. Manawia.
The princess, the queen, the goddess has arrived.
break time. Yep, here we go. Break time. I would just go on break like earlier, but.
Last time Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch the full thing. Hold up. Yeah, once tomorrow. See, I guess I was wrong. I thought it would be today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton!
The time is now for Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time in Chicago, but in 15 days, mark your clock, when it's Tiffy time as the champion in Vegas. My broadcast partner, Wade Barrett, gets us set for another showdown between these fiery WrestleMania rivals. Wade, good luck with this.
Now, due to the heated nature of recent interactions between you two, I have been volunteered to moderate this interview. First, please let me welcome the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. And her WrestleMania opponent, the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair.
Damn. Let her know.
Do you hear that? That's power.
Hey, Chicago, what time is it?
That was cute.
Okay, Charlotte, I would like to start with you. Now, please give us a little more depth as to why you chose Tiffany Stratton as your WrestleMania 41 opponent. And then also, do you still agree after recent interactions that that was the wise choice?
Well, here we are. She was begging, and I'm the gift that keeps giving. She wanted a moment, and I hadn't done any charity work lately. And every week, that desperation leaks through. No, so you're right. I did make the right choice. You want to know why? Because I wanted to show the smartest wrestling fans in the world here in Chicago that there is no comparison.
Are you done? Wait, did she get her woo in? Listen, Charlotte, your biggest competitor has never been within this ring. Your biggest competitor has been them. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how long you're out for, that's a battle that she'll never win.
Damn.
And you love to put on this facade like nothing gets to you, like you're above everybody else, but then you're crying on some boo-hoo talk show? Which one is it, Charlotte? And the saddest part about all of this is no matter how many titles you win, you could break all the records, but when it's all said and done, you'll always come second to your daddy, Ric Flair.
Damn.
And at WrestleMania, you're gonna come second to me, Tiffany Stratton.
Do you think you're the first?
Do you hear that? That's power.
Do you think you're the first opponent? Chicago. Hold on. You have just regurgitated what my last opponents have said the last 10 years. You think you're the first opponent to say that I've come second to my dad? No, Chicago, Tiffany, and everyone watching at home. If I have to come second... It doesn't matter if you win 100.
What's the matter, Charlotte? Cat got your tongue?
Oh no, I'm sorry, they're booing so loud. What would you come, guys, what would you like me to say? Man, this is really cool because here's the thing. Tiffany could win. You know what, Tiffany? You can go ahead and have the last word.
Charlotte, at 25 years old, what were you doing? You were trying to become a volleyball player drinking in your daddy's basement.
Damn.
And what am I doing at 25 years old? I'm walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion. is just another match to you? Seems like I've gotten to you, Charlotte. And your WrestleMania record may be 4-3, and you may be the queen inside of the ring, but outside of the ring, you ain't the queen of shit.
She about to say outside of the queen.
I can't hear you, Timmy. It's so squeaky. I can't hear you. Like, oh my God. What do you say, Timmy? And for 16 more days, you get to call yourself WWE's least favorite Nepo baby. Congratulations. Queen. Nepo queen. Number 1 Nepo baby. And when I beat you at WrestleMania, Charlotte, and when it's all said and done, you're gonna be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Damn.
What is that record? Like what? 0-3? Woo! Hey, Tiffany, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs?
Ooh. They put Kaiser into this. Oh my God.
Sums it up.
Damn.
And in just
Damn.
2 weeks, they'll be battling in
That's
front of
crazy.
the entire world at WrestleMania 41. WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte and Tiffany coming your way in Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to make a major announcement. In conjunction with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, next week, right here on SmackDown, we will present to you a women's tag team gauntlet match featuring teams from both Raw and SmackDown.
Oh.
The winners will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania.
Ooh. It's getting more stacks.
Wow. Women's tag team
These guys.
gauntlet to challenge Liv and Raquel.
Hey, for once I can actually pay attention to the
Speaking of
dumbass
tag
theme
teams,
song.
The Street Profits are
Bring up the old one.
What a hot streak they have been on over the past several weeks across Europe.
Street Profits, the champs, making their way out to take in the match that'll determine their next major challenge.
They're ready to take on all comers, but two of the best, two former champs, go head-to-head next year on SmackDown to become #1 contenders as the Motor City Machine Guns square off against DIY.
No one
Tonight,
wants to
Friday Night
smoke with this
SmackDown
theme
presented
song,
by Jimmy John's. They're finally here and they're hot. Try the new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Order 1 today.
Hybrid time. Or evolve. And
These young
same.
stars trying to
I'm
prove that
out.
they belong in the spotlight. It's about to be a wild ride, baby. Let's go. The evolution of pro wrestling is unfolding in front of our very eyes.
Hey, 2 weeks from tonight, it's the Smackdown before WrestleMania. Of course, you can get your tickets. They're on sale. Right now, we're just 15 days away.
Alright, we're back. Apparently, Timeless also gets blocked in some regions. Oh, City Machine Guns entrance now. That was crazy though. That was just... I don't know who I've got for this. Okay.
With a combined weight of 412 pounds, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Motor City Machine Gun.
Sabin and Shelley, they're closing in on their goal, but to get there, they have to face a team that's been their chief obstacle time and again. And the goal? Those guys, the Street Profits. Says, and
just took a seat in the front row.
That gold right in the front row to take this in.
Profits have looked unstoppable since returning. They dropped both the Motor City Machine Guns and this tag team several times since January. You know, these two teams want to get back to the gold ASAP. Well, they get their opportunity right now.
Their opponents with a combined weight of 408 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Speaking of the Profits, of course, 3 weeks ago when we last saw them, and that's when Montez Ford was nearly scraping the ceiling of the Olympic Arena in Barcelona from the heavens on top of Johnny Gargano and took the championships off DIY. That was a sensational battle, but now Gargano and Ciampa in this spot to work their way back. Here we go, good tag action in a division that's been so deep and so red hot. #1 contenders match to face the Street Profits.
It has been a red hot competitive division. All teams having to scratch and claw for every opportunity.
Friday Night Smackdown presented by Jimmy John's. They're finally here. They're hot. Try the new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. You can order one today.
Jimmy John's.
These two teams, of course, both held the goal within the past several months. Such has been the chaotic nature of this division. They've also been close friends for many years, although that got thrown away when DIY low-blowed the Motor City Machine Guns back in December and claimed gold from them.
Yeah, the betrayal with Johnny Gargano. Third time these teams have met for the WWE Tag Team titles. Of course, the current champions played a huge role in deciding things the last meeting between MCMG and DIY.
Okay.
The Royal Rumble, that 2 out of 3 falls match, Wade.
Oh, that was a good
match. All of the teams in this division have been bickering for months now. I would argue that the Motor City Machine Guns perhaps had the biggest gripe of them all after being screwed out of their tag title reign and multiple opportunities since due to the rampant disorder that has been the SmackDown tag ranks. Well, now's the time to get back on track.
Shelley has no problem delivering right hands. And a little something extra for Johnny Gargano.
I think Johnny Gargano might have earned that with that low blow a couple of months ago. Must have felt pretty sweet there for Alex Shelley.
Out into the floor.
4 cardio machines in this ring right now. Ciampa perhaps being the fittest of them all, looking...
Oh! The slingshot spear from Johnny Gargano.
That's what I was just... I'm sure watching.
Slingshot spear by Gargano.
I want to know the favorite
advantage at this point to DIY.
Well, that was like something from the training ground from DIY. Clearly, there was a trap baited by Tommaso Ciampa and just sprung at the right time on Alex Shelley, who really hasn't looked the same since.
Tommaso Ciampa comes flying into that corner with the elbow. And now Gargano with the double knees.
Really, the chemistry between both of these teams is just off the charts. Competed together for so long, both the Motor City Machine Guns for about 20 years together, and DIY for perhaps the past 10 years.
The teamwork playing a role early on in this matchup.
Johnny Gargano happy to gloat towards the current champs. I'd pump the brakes on that perhaps and get this match won first.
No. Well, this is the brutality of them.
That is the issue of slowing down the pace when you're in there with someone like Alex Shelley, as Johnny Gargano was tending to do there. If you have the upper hand, make it count. And that is not historically something we've seen from Johnny Gargano. This is a very different personality from him of late. Although, in fairness, it did indeed take him and Ciampa to tag gold at one point.
It did. Back in December.
The end justifies the means.
Let's see if there's something to check. Hold up.
Working on that left leg.
And Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, they're so fast-paced in that ring. If you can take out a leg, certainly will slow them down.
If you ever wonder why I don't talk that much, is because I'm actually watching the match, and I'm not doing commentary, but I actually sometimes want to hear what the commentators say, what's happening.
Been in this one. What an outstanding
Especially during promos, I want to see what I want to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, ring awareness.
So, if you ever wonder,
to get Shelley off onto his own,
like I'm
and put forth all the
concentrated
damage
on the match instead of actually talking. But if something big happens or something happens up, sneaking a damn on Owen, man, so.
From the Motor City Machine Guns, who barely got out of the blocks here. And another cheap shot there from Johnny Gargano and Chris Sabin.
Maybe. Up. Well, that.
Joe and Wade with you here in Chicago. This is the #1 contender match. WWE Tag Team Championship opportunity awaits. Off the top rope, cross body. Good work by Chris Sabin.
Well, it was about 5 minutes straight of abuse.
This is a 2v1.
Shelley, who finally got his way over to that tag.
A 2v1 and
Chris Sabin,
Dio is
and the
losing
complexion of the match completely changed.
How about Sabin breaking loose against both Ciampa and Gargano?
Well, when your tag team partner has taken the kind of beating Shelley has already absorbed, you kind of know the deal. You might have to do this on your own. Although Shelley seemingly back in the mix already.
You saw the champs looking on. 5-hole to the outside. Street Profits are the prize for these two former tag team championship teams, DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine Guns, just innovators of that modern cruiserweight style, kind of guys that the locker room today had studied for years before they arrived here on Smackdown. We're now getting a taste of exactly why their reputations are so huge.
This is exactly what you're describing. Into the cover, looking for the win to become #1 contenders, but the kick out at 2 by Tommaso Ciampa.
There's so much at stake, and I promise you this, throughout their long careers, the Motor City Machine Guns, as we take another look at the champs of Street Profits sat at ringside, they have never experienced anything quite as chaotic as the tag ranks here, as you can see.
Oh, man. Johnny Gargano breaking up what could have been a skull and bones attempt by Motor City Machine Guns, Wade.
We're in the process of Chris Sabin crashing down there. The turnbuckle got ripped off.
Well, that's exposed now.
His own.
That top turnbuckle is completely off.
Oh,
and it's an exposed top turnbuckle. Oh, he tries to ram his head right into it.
You could see what Ciampa was doing with that high ring IQ.
There's the roll-up.
Almost backfired on him, taking the referee's
what a big knee.
Attention away and trying to use the exposed turnbuckle.
Those knees right to the lower back. Push the leg.
That's what it is.
Win.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's
late
what I
kick
thought.
out there from Chris Sabin after that connection from Project Ciampa that he's won countless matches with, both here and on NXT.
Oh.
For the win.
Yeah, of course.
Coming in to make the save is Alex Shelley. The fairy tale ending to a nightmare for DIY.
Well, we're seeing the greatest hits of DIY right now, but it's not been enough thus far to put away the Motor City Machine Guns and claim that #1 contender spot. Although surely the end is nigh, Joe.
Remember, meeting in the middle backfired last time they went for it. Oh, and getting out of the way. Ciampa with the switch.
I don't know how Chris Sabin is still standing at this point.
Uncanny ability to go 2-on-1 and take advantage. And now lining up the facial and delivering it.
What a beauty, right to the kisser of Tommaso Ciampa. And now defenseless is the Sicilian.
And now the skull and bones attempt again is denied.
No, I'm not.
That's
by the
2
way, I'm
times.
just
Here's the
putting it
roll
here.
up. Ciampa utilizing the ropes.
Well, that's a veteran referee, Charles Robinson. You don't get much past him. Worth a try at least.
Going into the corner. Oh, the exposed turnbuckle. It got him right on the head. And
damn.
Here are your winners, Motor City Machine Guns.
Well, that turned into complete disaster after Ciampa's skull rattled off that exposed turnbuckle. Let's take another look at how this went down. This is where Ciampa thought he pulled the wool over Charles Robinson's eyes. Charles Robinson too smart, but here's where it went wrong. Face first into the exposed turnbuckle. A tight high pin by Chris Sabin. We have new #1 contenders, and the Motor City Machine Guns have got eyes on the champs, the Street Profits.
Look at that scene. The champs sitting front row, holding up their gold. The #1 contenders are defined. Motor City Machine Guns.
Opportunity that's presented to you.
Is
Unlike these guys, who last week in their home country had a title shot and lost. Pretty deadly, more like pretty useless. Imagine getting an opportunity, finally, and fumbling at the 1 yard line. I mean, are you guys a tag team or are you Chicago Bears? Either way, both a joke.
Damn.
Well, we're a joke, huh? Well, we've got jokes, haven't we? Here's a joke for you. The Marine 3.
Yeah, get on, tag me in, let me go. The Marine 4.
The Marine 5.
At least the Marine was made 6 times. How's your musical?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned the musical, actually. We just got finished writing a song, and you would love it. It's about a character who hasn't been awesome for at least 10 years, if they ever was. And what did we name the track? I was The Miz.
The Miz. I'm a 9-time tag team champion. How many titles have you won?
9 times. How many partners is that, Miss?
Yeah. You've had so many partners, and now you're here with a younger, hotter model. You're basically the Leonardo DiCaprio of tag team wrestling.
Which leaves me standing here, Mello, wondering why you're so happy being relegated to The Miz. Icing on the cake, Dalton. Icing on the cake. They're not even a real tag team.
No, they're not. Understand that we are mellow, don't Miz. And you two couldn't beat us on our worst day. Because we are us. Him. We're working on it.
Remember, still to come tonight. Who will be the last man standing? #1 contender match for LA Knight's United States Championship. Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu, spot at WrestleMania.
The favor reveal, if it gets revealed.
Be fabulous.
Oh, B-Fab versus Naomi up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Canton, Ohio, B-Fab.
With support from Meechin by her side weight. Remember recently she was expressing support for Jade Cargill, and by doing that she paid the price with a brutal attack from Naomi.
Yeah, that was last week in London. B-Fab got dropped from behind. She gets a little chance at some vengeance here next on SmackDown as she goes head-to-head with last week's attacker, Naomi. And that is coming up next.
Alright, break time. Let's go.
Let's
Hello, beautiful people. I have a massive announcement to make about a great time that is on the horizon. A big night out. There will be massive surprises. We gonna get it! Big time sing-alongs. And hella laughs. It's gonna be a night that you remember forever. A big night out.
Oh, now it's big time. Yep.
Undertaker's One Dead Man show. It's going to be at the Blue Life Theater at the Fountain Blue in Vegas, part of WrestleMania week. Comes your way Saturday, April 19th at 10 o'clock p.m. The Phenom's going to have that intimate setting. Never before heard stories he'll share from his Hall of Fame career. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Okay.
There's BFAB a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
she
we're
didn't
back.
hesitate in taking
BFAB
out Charlotte
versus
Flair.
Naomi.
Tonight,
Let's
stepped
go.
up with a challenge that comes with perhaps a little more emotion attached to it. Out for revenge against Naomi. Oh! Jade Cargill wasting no time beating down Naomi.
I didn't think that was gonna be during the entrance though.
Jumped and smashed onto our announce table by Naomi. Finally gets a little modicum of vengeance there.
They're struggling to hold her back.
That is a highly agitated and enraged Jade Cargill, who lost months of her career to former Big Three friend Naomi.
Well, meanwhile, BFAB, there's the bell to start the match, and she says, all right, I'll take advantage. Let's go right away.
You can make way too many enemies in this game, and of late, Naomi, I would suggest, has certainly done that.
So Jade Cargill, who was out of action for months after it was revealed it was Naomi who attacked her, and all the drama in recent weeks. How about the big kick from BFAB? BFAB is on fire early on here, Wade.
Legs for days, and she knows how to use them.
Into the cover.
That was gonna be
what a hot
during
start
the
from
entrance. I
BFAB,
thought it was gonna be during the match or after the
additional
match.
training at the Dungeon Training School run by the legendary Natalia and Tyson Kidd. And boy, oh boy, is it paying off.
With her athleticism and her frame, she has such upside. But then you add in the fuel of intensity and emotion and passion in going up against Naomi, and you see the results you get.
Well, BFAB told me before she arrived here in WWE, she idolized Naomi. Wow.
For the win.
Just the playbook of BFAB gets deeper and deeper by the week. This is a woman who hasn't had too many opportunities, but everyone she's had of late, she has impressed. You mentioned the matchup several weeks ago with Charlotte Flair and how BFAB really held her own, and she's doing the same here, more than the same perhaps, against Naomi.
Oh, she's in a very compromised position, though, with her legs strung up over that top rope, and now Naomi is going to hang her straight down. Oh, and the damage that's done to hit the back of her head and upper back against the corner.
Yeah, the clues are there. Proceed with caution. The nice girl is gone. 2025's Naomi is highly volatile.
Oh, would you look at that? That modified lung blower, and now the cover.
Here is your winner,
Well, surely mentally shot after that start by Jade Cargill, but talk about expanding the playbook. Have a look at this. You call it right, Joe. Modified kneeling lung blower from Naomi. We haven't seen that from her before. Clearly expanding her arsenal ahead of what is surely an inevitable clash with Jade Cargill.
Where you at, Jade? I'm still standing.
She calls out Jade Cargill. Oh, she found out where she's at. What a big boot by Jade. And now security just trying to
come on.
Get Jade there. And she's taking out security. Would you look at Jade Cargill? She's doing damage to anybody in sight. Absolutely enraged.
They put their bodies on the line, protecting Naomi, but I think
Okay, all right, ladies. I have had just about enough of this, and I can see that there is really only one solution.
Next week, WrestleMania. Next week,
And
WrestleMania.
that solution is this.
Next week.
Naomi will go one-on-one with Jade Cargill at WrestleMania.
Oh, let's do it.
We already knew this. Like, at Elimination Chamber. We already knew it. Thanks for making it official. Thank you for making it official. But we already knew. We already knew.
From proceed with caution to step into the storm.
Oh, we got
see them
a
in
stacked
Vegas.
match card. Oh. Oh, face version now.
The victim. No holes in your logic, right? WrestleMania 40.
There's some holes in his eyes right now, though. I think.
But your weird obsession took you to CM Punk, and he ended up clowning your ass. I did my job as Senor Money in the Bank. I cashed in and became world champion at WrestleMania. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Clash at the Castle. It should have been about us. But this weird obsession you couldn't let go of, it followed you. I did my job and remained World Heavyweight Champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Money in the bank. You should have been focused on the moment. You tried to cash in, but your baggage, once again, followed you. I remain champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain. Right? Rumble, Chamber, I eliminated you from both. Plain and simple. Then you attacked me like a coward and you cost me my shot at main eventing WrestleMania. You know what you are, Drew? You're a hypocrite. You make excuses, you bitch and complain, and you point your finger at everybody else other than yourself. I know what you are, Drew. You're a junkie. You get off on this high from telling stupid-ass jokes every week for a cheap-ass pop, and you play the victim every damn week. You don't have to paint me as the villain of your story anymore. I am your villain. The time to pray is now, Drew. No looking for me in the shadows. Look for me in the middle of the ring next week, face to face, eye to eye, because I want you to stop playing.
Yeah, eye to eye is kind of only got one right now.
And become my victim at WrestleMania.
Damn.
Fired up Damian Priest, and from that to the complexities of Kevin Owens, they have been countless in recent months. What will Kevin Owens have
Is
to
he
say?
wearing a Finn Balor shirt? And a Bret Hart jacket? Wait, what? Hold up, pause. What? Break time. are back. We are back.
Today marks the beginning of a new era.
Oh, Hall of Fame.
We walked through that curtain, it felt like the energy changed.
What you see in this ring before you is the greatest example of evolution you will ever see.
Evolution was one of the great factions because you had the guy who'd been there and done it all in Ric Flair. You had the guy who was in the process of being there and doing it all in Triple H, and two younger promising talents.
Randy Orton. The man has every gift that a man can be given.
Triple H wanted me to be one of the guys, and it was like, oh my God, this is great.
Dave Bautista. Unbridled destruction.
Randy and I are very giddy about the idea of us being paired with him.
Triple H is an alpha, and he's a leader, so he's definitely someone you want to have on your side.
They had it all going for them. Money, nice cars,
That
success.
posted just now.
If you don't have what it takes, then evolution will leave you behind.
Hands down, evolution is the most important thing that I've done.
Oh no.
There's something really special about that group.
It's 2 weeks from tonight,
The fuck
and
out,
nobody
then.
is more deserving as Triple H goes into the WWE Hall of Fame. And folks, listen, if you
Why-
want to
why'd it take this
Smackdown
long?
that night, that ends at 8 p.m. local in Vegas. You got a 2-hour gap to get down the street to Fountain Blue and get to the Hall of Fame ceremony, so you can take in 2 events in one night, and you can get your tickets now. You see Ticketmaster listed there, the Hall of Fame 2 weeks from tonight. Let's go to Nick Aldis, the general manager in the ring.
Well, folks, this is a part of my job that, frankly, is not very fun. In this industry, there's a fine line between coming back next week like everything's fine and finding out that potentially you may never set foot in this ring again. It's a cliche, but there's a reason that we say don't try this at home. I don't want to say much more because I'd rather you hear it from the man himself. But ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Kevin Owens.
Well, after that ominous warning from GM Nick Aldis, KO looking bitter and dejected, but that has been his demeanor of late. It's very
what's
hard to
going
get a
on?
read on KO at the best of times.
I'm so confused.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I think I can say confidently that for those 25 years, I really gave everything I had every time I stepped foot in this ring. And in those 25 years, because of this industry, I've gotten to live incredible things and experience things I'll never forget. I've had the chance to take care of my family in a way that I could have only dreamed of. But there's a price to pay for that amazing opportunity, and that's the toll it takes on our bodies. Every single guy and girl back there has paid that price at different times, and now it seems like it's my turn. Because the reality is, for the last 4 months or so, I've been dealing with a pretty serious neck injury, and we didn't know what it was. We didn't really know how serious it was. Thankfully, this week, we managed to figure it out, and now I have to go get neck surgery. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the timing couldn't be worse, because let me tell you, not getting to be in the ring with Randy Orton at WrestleMania really sucks.
Yeah, I was excited for that.
I'm really thankful for WWE for allowing me to come out here in front of you guys and telling you all that, because the truth is, I don't know when I'll have the privilege to be in front of you guys again. What I do know is the last few years I've learned not to take anything for granted, and I will never take this for granted. So, for now, I want to say thank you, and I'm sorry, guys. Thank you.
Now here's where we find out it's a work or not. Hold up, is that Randy wearing long pants? Hold up! Oh, I gotta be quiet. Hold up, is that Randy wearing long pants?
Well, this is a man who threatened to pump kick KO all the way back to Montreal. And I don't know if sympathy is an emotion that Randy Orton is capable of feeling.
Once the closest of friends, but then KO nearly ended Randy Orton's career with a pile driver last fall. That explosive return to the ring we saw in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. The heated exchanges, and now the news that Kevin Owens just delivered here in Chicago, that they'll be unable to meet in the ring at WrestleMania.
Professional level of respect there from Randy Orton to a fellow competitor in Kevin Owens, despite the fact that he may be burning with hatred. What's KO doing?
Said, I gave everything for 25 years, but I have a severe neck injury. Surgery is needed, and KO says he doesn't know when he'll be back again.
Randy, I hate to be the one to tell you this, and there's no easy way to say it, but I'm afraid that means that you no longer have a match for WrestleMania.
No, Randy's been... No. Yep.
Oh, no! Those voices in his head. RKOing the SmackDown general manager? The Viper of old.
Man, this is like one of the matches I was hyped for too. It's just...
What a devastating blow, of course, for KO, but indeed too for Randy Orton, who at this point in his career does not want to miss a single WrestleMania.
The major shakeup with Kevin Owens revealing the news tonight.
I don't know how to feel about this. Don't really dull with the mood for the next match. Oh god. Okay. Hold up, so Netflix is giving me issues right now. I'll try and get it back, and stream will continue when I get it back. So, just bear with me here.
What the kind of person can just shake off?
Welcome to Smack.
Chicago is just awesome.
The man used to flattening his prey, and that being the end of it, it's simply not that easy when you are dealing with a monster like Strowman, and that has highly agitated Fatu.
Weight, he's 385 pounds of absolute power, and as your pint-drinking, peony, jersey-wearing friend from Indianapolis would say, that makes him
one big SOB!
And his opponent, weighing in at 355 pounds, Braun Strowman!
And can you think of a better way to get it started? Last man standing. Fatu comes out to meet the monster.
This is going to be a crazy match.
And they're already after it.
I got
What a clash of the Titans here on SmackDown. This is 3 for the price of 1 for these two tonight. Destroy your most hated rival, earn a US title match, and book your ticket for WrestleMania 41. Neither man can afford to lose this match.
You can already see Fatu favoring that leg from the early impact of Strowman as Fatu now with the big super kick and looks to generate some offense as he does. Now, what's interesting, Wade, is that Braun Strowman has never lost a last man standing match, and he's been in with some of the best. Kane, Roman Reigns, he's been in with some of the best. We saw him this fall doing it.
Yeah, if there's ever been someone who has a match they have made their own, it's Braun Strowman. And last man standing matches. I love Jacob Fatu. You rarely see him come close to losing a match, but I almost can't see how he wins this one.
He went for the running power slam, but Fatu was able to counter and now comes with the elbow.
I mean, both men already have taken major chunks out. Whoa, no way!
Wow, right to it with the jump-up moonsault from Fatu.
Well, that will definitely keep Strowman down for a 3 count. Will it do it for a 10? Well,
again with the jump-up moonsault. Remember, you have to incapacitate your opponent to the point where they cannot get up before the referee reaches a count of 10.
3, 4. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Is that 7?
He's going to clutch up.
Oh, this might be a world record. Oh.
And Strowman to his feet. Big start early on from Jacob Fatu. Last man standing.
Okay.
Jacob Fatu delivering the jump-up mighty moonsault early on in this. Chicago.
I can't go past the 7. Okay.
Looked like he was fading early and it was going to be a world record victory for Jacob Fatu, but in the blink of an eye, the monster is back, re-energized, and it may be good night, Samoan Werewolf.
Utilizing those steel steps in the midst of this, an opportunity to get a title shot at WrestleMania.
Hey, all bets are off in this kind of matchup. Literally, anything you want is legal, and when the prize is so great, you may as well try. Braun Strowman going airborne, you don't see that too often.
Well, he runs him right into the prime bottle stand.
Ooh.
As the cart went flying.
Right on the shin.
Fatu went flying.
That thing is heavier than it looks, I'm not going to lie.
It is.
Ooh.
He took some damage there.
I need shin pads from P&E next time.
Fatu
Oh, God.
Well, there goes the desk. Top of the desk being used as a weapon. Anything goes, last man standing.
We should really have known that was going to happen, Jed.
Yeah. With the size of these guys, too, and all the violence that's taking place out on the floor. Keep your head on a swivel. Now, Strowman just goes across the top of the back. Now he's rearranging our announce desk as well.
He just throws it around like it's nothing. It normally takes 3 men to maneuver that cowl into place on our desk.
Every time the crew comes out to set it up, there are 3 guys who put that together. Big uppercut from Strowman.
And Strowman's arms are as big as my leg, and I'm not exactly a small guy myself. Just imagine the impact on that European uppercut.
Oh! Fatu able to counter and throw Strowman right over the top of those steel steps. Able to survive the count. Fatu with a big super kick.
Understandably, both men had a lot taken out of them, but neither one's going to give up easily.
It's a wild night here in Chicago in front of a sellout crowd, over 16,000 at the Allstate Arena, just 15 days away from WrestleMania 41. And this match to determine who will have a title shot there. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, last man standing to be the #1 contender and face LA Knight for the U.S. Championship in Vegas. And remember the rules of engagement here. You got to try to incapacitate your opponent where they cannot beat the ref's 10 count. Oh, the crowd's going to go nuts.
This is a high count. It might be over, Braun.
Anything goes. No pinfall submissions, DQs, or countouts, and tables are welcome.
Well, we got up to a count of 9 there. Jacob Fatu is almost done here.
Oh, big right hand.
What else have you got in the arsenal, Braun? You feel like one major hit here, and it's over for Fatu. And Strowman is going to WrestleMania to challenge LA Knight.
Strowman is setting up that table in the corner. Fatu's not in great shape, but the super kick helps.
This might be Strowman about to fall on his own sword.
A big boot. And as Fatu goes down. Last week it was Fatu who interrupted Strowman's U.S. title match against LA Knight. These two have been heated non-stop for months now. Brutal matches, DQs, beatdowns, everywhere you look. Oh, and Strowman goes over the top rope and leaning up against our announce desk. Oh, and Fatu goes flying! And the monster is laid out on the floor over the desk.
Oh, Fatu also taking an incredibly heavy landing, but he's up first.
And remember, gotta beat the count of 10. It's last man standing to get a title match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no one knows that better than Braun Strowman, the absolute master at this kind of match. But he may be beaten in his own game here.
Braun Strowman's never lost a last man standing match. Fatu runs him right into the post.
Yeah, he's never had an opponent like Jacob Fatu, however. That is the caveat to that claim.
Strowman's draped over the barrier. Fatu's running full charge. Oh! A steel chair right to the head of Fatu.
Fatu just baited in by Braun Strowman, who knows this game better than anybody. And how the hell Jacob Fatu at full speed is stirring already.
Here comes the Strowman Express. Oh my! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my! Both men are laid out.
Both men might get to 10 here. What an impact!
weight, all that momentum, crashing through the barrier.
How can you possibly have your faculties or physical control after that car crash?
Oh, and at 9, both men to their feet. This is outrageous. Last man standing, Fatu and Strowman.
Another ad break. Okay. Cool.
There have been moments in just the last few minutes alone where this crowd is in complete disbelief that either man was able to get to their feet. And again, a count of 8 is reached, and both men avoiding the worst case scenario.
I'll tell you right now, Joe Tess, if anybody else on the roster had taken that kind of impact, anyone other than Strowman or Jacob Fatu, the match would be over. These two just built differently to any other human being on earth.
The resilience of Fatu, the size and power and strength of Strowman.
Strowman refuses to be denied it. Oh! In this kind of match.
And look at the way Fatu's reacting. How, Wade? How?
Simply invigorated by acts of extreme violence perpetrated on another human being.
The steel garbage can in hand again. He's already dented it with his head.
My mood's
And
still
a
shook
second
from
strike.
the earlier
And
announcement.
when you see
So-
that shake and rattle rally cry of Fatu, watch out as he just throws someone aside as he's lining up Strowman, the monster, who retaliates with the can. And again, beating him over the head weight.
Talk about bouncing back in record
Bro's enjoying
time.
the action over there.
And now
They're all enjoying the close-up
abuse
action.
he himself has absorbed.
Watch the officials count. Another steel chair. Remember, he was able to pull that steel chair from Timekeeper earlier in the match and deliver a significant blow.
Implements of torture wherever you look around an arena. If it's available to hand, both men are going to use it.
Now Fatu's looking for an exit. He's trying to buy some time, escape the steel chair attack. And Strowman saying, you know what? I'll go right up into the fans to meet you.
Well, these fans might want to back off.
Man, this would be awesome just to be there in the crowd, just to be this close to them in the match.
Right to the gut, right to the back again, to the shoulders. It has been better than advertised. Last man standing to earn a championship match against LA Knight at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's been in complete control the last 3 or 4 minutes, attacking Fatu with steel chairs, and now he's got him up on top of the crate. He is up high atop the crate at the edge of that lower bowl.
Strowman may be unbeatable in this kind of matchup.
No. Suplex from there. Oh,
damn.
My. Can you believe what we're witnessing in Chicago? They can't. Nobody can. Remember, they must beat the count of 10. It's last man standing rules.
Jacob looks dead. Oh, he's alive. He's alive. He heard the count. He was like, oh, shit.
It continues on, but Fatu's in a world of hurt.
We'll take another look at this as both men come crashing down from extreme height through our set. somehow, someway, making it back to their feet before the count of 10. And this matchup with these two competitors, after what we've seen, may well go on all night. I cannot see either man staying down for the count.
They both are struggling to stay up on their feet. I don't know if Fatu even knows where he is. Strowman's limping badly on that left leg. Both men are damaged.
Strowman promised me earlier today that he had a silver bullet for this Samoan werewolf. He connects with one of his big hitters.
This is crazy.
With the power slam, he believes Jacob Fatu will be down for the count. Although after the amount of abuse already absorbed by the Samoan, I don't know if I could do it.
What? Fatu running hip attack puts Strowman right through the table. This may be it. They are wrapped up in a broken table.
Seven.
10 count
No way.
pending.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. It's
Jacob
over.
won.
Here is your winner, and the last man standing, Jacob!
So Ellen Knight versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania.
Table taco that Strowman could not unearth himself from.
The impossible
Make it no
was
DQ
possible
because-
tonight. After all this chaos, carnage, and destruction, Jacob Fatu has done the unthinkable and beaten Braun Strowman with that move.
Look at how the table was just wrapped around Strowman like a shell, and he couldn't beat the 10 count.
And the legend of Jacob Fatu, this cold, violent barbarian, grows further by the week. Jacob Fatu is heading to WrestleMania to challenge the United States champion, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Wade, that was too good. That was just too good.
I don't think I can take something like that every week. We'll take a look at what transpired between Cody Rhodes and John Cena this past Monday.
Yeah, I slept through Raw. I was meant to wake up, but I didn't wake up.
WrestleMania After Dark is the official WrestleMania after party taking place
almost
each
at
night,
break
Thursday, April
time.
17th to Sunday, April 20th at Live and Live Beach at Fountain Bloom, Vegas. That's the official host hotel of WrestleMania 41. And tickets are on sale now at WrestleManiaAfterDark.com. Do not miss that.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Another sellout here in Chicago, over 16,000, and the results that they have enjoyed, including the debut of Ray Phoenix, the Motor City Machine Guns becoming #1 contenders to fight for the championships. We saw Naomi with that kneeling lung blower and coming up the victory against B-Fab. And then moments ago, an all-timer, last man standing, the first time Braun Strowman's ever lost a last man standing, Jacob Fatu is going to fight for the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania. Of course, a WrestleMania that we all look forward to in 15 days, including Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Recap time.
I think for the last 2 weeks, you have lied to this audience.
I watch this when I wake up.
Tell them, John Cena, really why.
They've been saying for years that John Cena buries talent. I don't bury talent. I am talent. I bury mediocrity. You with that disgusts me. You have manipulated your way to the top of this business, and your ego outmatches your ability. You sat by my side for years and stole every secret you need to be undeniable, but you are still underwhelming. You have showed me one thing. Is someone mediocre wearing something meaningful nowadays is enough to trick these people. I have worked too damn hard to make that a symbol of mastery, to have it paraded around by a paint-by-numbers, sociopathic Nepo baby who is so into himself he had his wrestling gimmick tattooed for the world to see. It's not where your tattoo's at, Cody. It's what your tattoo is that exposes you to the world for who you are, a common fan like them. So after WrestleMania, the last real champion is taking that home forever and exposing you for who you are. An errand boy that got lucky.
Maybe I was chosen. But you know who chose me? They chose me. Can you say the same, John Cena? Or was it one guy in an office who chose you who's not here anymore and we don't talk about it? I'm Cody Rhodes. I'm a wrestler like my father before me. And if anybody is a company creation, it's you, John Cena, and not me. Here's what you created, pal. You created a lot of disenfranchised fans who made it easy for me to pack up and go elsewhere and say, hey, look at me. Don't act like you cleaned up your room before you left and went to Hollywood, John. Don't act like you left WWE better than you found it. And while we're at it, which one of us sold out to The Rock? John, you're still my hero. But you're also a piece of shit.
You had to leave because you realized that you're best you can't wipe my ass. I make empires for billionaires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids. See you at WrestleMania, champ.
And all the time that I have been here and everything I've been through, never once have they chanted at me, you can't wrestle.
Cena went for a cheap shot.
That was the lowdown from London, and it's hard to believe that next week's SmackDown is the final one before we land in Vegas for WrestleMania 41's. Tickets are still available for SmackDown in Seattle next week. It'll include Cody Rhodes' return to SmackDown after crisscrossing and chasing John Cena at every turn in Europe Week.
And not only that, Liv and Raquel, the WWE Women's Tag Champs, they need a WrestleMania challenger. We'll find out who that will be next week in a tag team gauntlet with the winners head to Vegas to fight for the gold.
And after a successful WWE debut, I mean, that Mexican muscle buster was just awesome. Rey Fénix is back. He takes on Berto next week in Seattle.
And Priest and McIntyre, a heated rivalry, 12 months in the making. They'll meet face-to-face, eyeball to eyeball, that singular in Drew's case, next week live on SmackDown in Seattle, one of the final stops before WrestleMania 41.
Finally here.
Excuse me, Paul. Sorry to bug you again, but can you update us on when exactly Roman Reigns is going to arrive?
I think that's when Roman Reigns is going to arrive.
Any minute.
Thank you, Paul.
Come on. Come on. That was like 5-10 minutes. But whatever. Alright. I'll be back. Hopefully in some more energy. Okay, here we go. go.
My tribal chief.
Oh.
My tribal chief.
Not a word spoken. Remember, CM Punk said he will be ready to reveal the favor when Roman Reigns arrives. Well, Roman Reigns is now here at the All-State Arena.
Not, it's probably because, I don't know. I did not know. Isn't even going to stop to put the one up. He is. Oh. He ain't happy.
That strides with extreme purpose, isn't it?
I was going to say, this is a power walking, apparently pyro-free tribal chief. It's been a long time since we've seen that. And that means things are deadly serious in the mind of the OTC.
Chicago!
I'm not listening.
Acknowledge me!
Finally! God damn. Acknowledge. I'm just...
Wise man!
Yes, my tribal chief.
Is he here?
Yes, my tribal chief.
I want to know the favors. So Punk, come on. Get to the ring for the second time tonight.
Exactly who I'm talking about. Wise man!
Yes, my tribal chief.
Is he still talking about this favor?
Yes, my tribal chief.
Oh, Chicago, Chicago. I don't know how you deal with this guy, huh? Wise man.
Yes, my tribal chief.
Should I share a secret with Chicago?
Yes, my tribal chief.
CM Punk wouldn't be back here if it wasn't for me. CM Punk wouldn't be in the main event of WrestleMania if it wasn't for me. And I get it, you're good people. He's from the same city as me. I have to like him, yeah. You're good people, you mean well, but you're not that smart. CM Punk's been around forever. He has wrestled everyone under the sun, Hall of Famers, legends, champions, but he's never been in that main event of WrestleMania. No, he hadn't. Not until he was introduced to the tribal chief. That's right. You hear him chant for the tribal chief in your city? I'm right here in the ring. I say we bring CM Punk out here so we can quit wasting our time, huh? Come on out here and let me hear what this favor is. Come on out here and indulge your tribal chief.
Burn it down. Burn it down. Oh, come on. Burn it down. down.
The other member of the triple threat match at the grandest stage of them all, Seth Rollins, who was enraged a week ago in London when CM Punk was awarded with his first WrestleMania main event. And then we heard earlier tonight taking a different approach and attitude and seemingly reveling in this moment of discomfort with Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, as they await the favor of CM Punk.
Roman Reigns is the one enraged now. Roman Reigns wants an answer from CM Punk. What he did not want was karaoke on behalf of the fan base of Seth Rollins.
Chicago! I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth. And I wouldn't miss this one for the world. You see, now I don't know, Roman, what this little favor is here. But the reality, I got a feeling, is gonna knock your socks off. And the thing about reality and you, man, they don't seem to jive very well because, well, unlike all of us, you don't like to live in the real world. But every time you step outside of your little universe, reality bites you in the ass. I don't want to do a little history lesson, but example A, heist of the century. Example B, the main event of WrestleMania last year.
What's the favor? What's the favor?
I'm wondering the same thing y'all are, Chicago. But the reality, Roman, is that you underestimate CM Punk. You think you're above CM Punk. You think you don't have to worry about CM Punk. You think you ignore him, he just goes away. I tried that, it doesn't work. Now he is in the main event of WrestleMania, and that is a reality I have to deal with. You could have stopped this in War Games, you didn't. You could have let me stop it in the cage at the Garden, you didn't. And now here we are, and we're waiting on this favor. Now I'm in a lot better place than I was last week when we were all celebrating Punk in the main event of Mania. I took a week, I got some perspective, and I realized that reality gives you two options. Either you suffer and you get left behind, or you adapt and you control reality.
The reality is, you're untrustworthy. I could say the word loyalty, but you have no clue what that means. CM Punk stands here because I made a promise to the wise man. And I keep my word. And the reality is, I didn't call you out here. I called Punk out here.
Okay, they've learned.
You call Punk out here. I'm out here to hear from CM Punk. There's only one thing missing. Let's find out what this favor is, shall we?
Yeah, I think I know the issue on why it crashes. But that don't mean the streams.
The favor. What's the favor? This is about friendship. This is about legacy. This is about promises made and promises kept. This is about loyalty. Paul, this goes back to 4400 Shepherdsville Road in Louisville, Kentucky, when on day one I showed up and they told you that I don't belong, and they told you to fire me, and you said no. And hell, your wise man is just that. He's wise beyond his years. Paul, you prophesized this on national television on Monday Night Raw, and if everybody else has forgotten about it, that certainly doesn't mean I have. And hell, even before that, if I could throw it back to the day you left this company on Big Show's bus, me and you and Show and RVD standing there talking amongst ourselves. And I mistakenly made it about me. I said, Paul, they're gonna fire me. Paul, without you, I'm nothing. Paul, don't leave. And you said, no, 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 you'll be fine. And I said, I'm sorry I made this about me. Do you remember this, Paul? I said, what can I do for you? And in that moment, you looked me in the eye and you said, Punk, when you main event WrestleMania, force them to deal with us. Well, they aren't here anymore, so I'm gonna force you, my tribal chief. I'm gonna force you out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna force you to deal with us. Because at WrestleMania, in the main event, in my corner, your wise man, my best friend,
This is the favorite.
Paul Heyman.
Ooh. 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 No way.
That's the favor? You understand he loves me, right? He needs me. What? I saved him. Even if I let him, he wouldn't. Wise man.
Yes, my tribal chief.
Let this desperate fool down easy, will ya?
The favors have been CM Punk's wise man again. Looks like a guy trying to pick between two girls.
Are you crying? You better wipe him up and tell him no.
Oh.
I took you in. I made you relevant. Tell him no.
The confliction.
I'm going to give you one more opportunity. Tell him no.
No, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
Seth is eating this up. Seth is just dying. Seth is dying.
Oh, Punk attacks him from behind. Right hand after right hand. And a GTS to Roman Reigns. And now, bitter rivals face off. A tearful wise man couldn't say no to Punk. The favor is cashed. Punk saying the wise man will be in his corner come WrestleMania 41. Friendship, loyalty, Punk and Heyman in Vegas together.
Oh. That's insane. That's insane. Punk and Heyman together. Oh my god. That is just wild. Wild. Oh my god. Well, after that, I guess yeah. Punk and Heyman. So that just leaves with Jimmy injured and possibly, if he's healthy, in a couple weeks, in Jay's corner. Could we have... And Sammy also injured. And then now Heyman leaving. Roman looks to be all alone in this. And this is probably the first time that Heyman won't be in Roman's corner at a WrestleMania in quite a while. This is insane. This is going to take a lot of processing. Oh my god. So we have one match. One match has just been scratched. Now, I don't know how believable it is, but man, I'm really in my mood because I was excited. I wanted to see Randy Orton back to 09 Randy against Kevin at WrestleMania. That would have been awesome, but looks like we're not getting that now. With him attacking the GM, and we all know what happened the last time he did something like that. He got fined. Was it? Or was it again? Was it maybe? Was it Nick Aldis or was it Adam Pearce when he returned in 2023? So, this has been one SmackDown, and then we had what was it? Charlotte Flair bringing in spouses. They bring in the spouses who are like, cousin, why do you? I'm like, damn. Anyways, that wraps up this stream. I'll see you Tuesday for Australians, whatever. See you Tuesday/Monday for Monday Night Raw. And yeah. And then obviously SmackDown next week. So yeah.